All right, our first day of inheritance, and tonight's homework is to use this monster class, which will be our super class. Now, the super class looks just like any other class. You can't tell it's a super class by looking at it. Subclasses have the word extends. You can tell what they are. So anyway, let's go and get started here by getting going here with a monster class. I'll copy that code into BlueJ and make a new class called monster. There it is. And what else? I want to put the code in there. And there's my monster class. To the compile, all good. All right, so that's my superclass. No special syntax in a superclass. I can't think of anything, at least, in a superclass. Okay, now we have to make a new class called Gargoyle. You know, a gargoyle is a type of monster. It's like a vampire or a werewolf. There are all kinds of monsters you've seen in movies and stuff. So public class, Gargoyle. All right, get this going. So a gargoyle is a monster. So a gargoyle extends monster. It inherits all the stuff from monsters. The first thing we do is type in extends, capital M, monster. Lovely. A gargoyle has all the properties and behaviors of a monster. Now let's see what that means. A monster has the my name property, the instance field my name. So properties by this author means the instance field, the qualities of the object. So it's got my name and the behaviors. There's really no behavior. You could put a speak method in here. That'd be a behavior, I guess. But this only has constructors and a toString. I don't think those are called behaviors. I could be wrong, but anyway, it inherits that stuff. All right, back to Gargoyle. What else? Gargoyle has all the properties and behaviors of a monster, and it has an additional property of type double, so private double, that stores the agility. That's like how quick it acts and stuff, how it fights or whatever, agility, how agile you are. So we don't dare put private string my name. We use that from the super class, the mother class, the parent class. We use that from the super class. We don't put it in both classes. We don't reinvent the wheel, as I keep saying, right? You must provide 3 constructors. Let's go ahead and start all 3 of them. So public gargoyle. Let's just start them here. I can't type. Gosh, what am I doing? Sorry, guys. Get that pinky working. Okay, public gargoyle. Let's go ahead and make 3 of them. Control C. All right, 3. There's 3? Oh, 3. I think I wanted to say 4, but oh well. 1 constructor is the default. Okay. 1 constructor takes only a name, so maybe string n. And 1 takes, yeah, I think I meant to say 4 constructors. Well, I won't mark it wrong if you put 3, but if I do have directions for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I meant to say 4, didn't I? I should re-upload this after I get done with this and fix it. Okay. Now it'll add up. So 1 more. And so 1 takes a string. 1 takes an agility. Agility is a double, so double, maybe A for agility. And 1 takes both name and agility. So string n, comma, double A. So what's it do with these? Okay. I didn't say what to make your default value for agility, so that doesn't matter. We'll say agility equals 0. Maybe I should fix that in the directions too, but you can do whatever you want and not get that wrong. Okay. Now, how do we set the name? Okay. Well, if you look in the monster class, the name is set in the default constructor right there. It says my name equals monster, just a generic name for monster. So that's what we want to happen here. But we can't do it like that. We can't say my name equals monster. Don't think that's going to work because my name is not in this class and it's not public in the superclass, it's private. So what you have to do is call the default constructor in the superclass. Remember, you have to call it in the first line. If I do super empty parentheses, then it's going to say, no, you can't do that. Okay, it's got to be called in the first statement. And the error message here is great. It says you've got to put that super in the first statement. Okay, so let's put it up there. And there it is. And now that'll compile. Okay, the second one just gets a string for name. And this time we'll call the other constructor in the superclass, the one that gets a string right there, that one right there. Okay, and then we'll also set agility to 0, I guess. I should have told you what to set it to in the directions. And then finally, let's see, this one gets a double, so that one's for agility, no doubt. Agility equals A, and there's no name this time, so which one sets a name for us? We don't have a name to give it, so we have to call the default constructor. Okay, notice all these supers are in the first line. They have to be. Okay. And then at least they have to be the first line, not the second line. They can't go last. They can't go after everything else. And then the last one, super N for name, and then agility equals A. Good. Everything worked there. Compile. Lovely. Okay. And then finally, our first time writing a toString method in a subclass. Wow. Public, and this is different too. Public string, toString, constructors, signature is always the same, public string, toString, and now you want to return a string that consists of the agility and the name. I don't tell you what order to do it in, so it's up to you. I guess name maybe would look a little better. So how do you get the name? There's no name field here. We have to get it from the super class, and there's name, but it's private. We can't access that. There is no get name method. The only way to get it is with my name right there in the toString method. So we have to return, now watch this, return super.toString plus agility. Okay, so I took this a step further and I went in class, didn't I? This is a little bit different. Okay, let me see if I can quickly test this sucker out, make sure it works for you. Let's see, new class, tester. All right. Okay, so we'll make some gargoyles and test them. We can make some monsters too, just plain old monsters. We could go monster m1 equals new monster. That checks the default constructor of the monster class. Monster m2 equals new monster. The other constructor gets a name. Okay, we'll just call it Alice, whatever. And then we'll display both of those guys. So this just checks the class you were given. You were given this class. This is going to work for sure. No doubt about that. Okay, but the class we just wrote is the Gargoyle class. So Gargoyle G1 equals new Gargoyle. We'll use the default constructor for G1. We'll use, which one was second? The second one was the one that gets only a string. equals new Gargoyle Bill. The third one only gets agility. So make up something. Any double, 5.97. The third one gets, see, that was the third one. The fourth one gets a string and a double. All right, does all this compile? Yeah, it's good. So this monster, we should see on the screen, monster, the capital or the lowercase? I forgot. Let me look real fast. See, monster class is capital. Okay, and so this will display monster on the screen, hopefully. This one is named Alice. It'll display Alice. This one will display monster. And then on the next line, not the same line, but the next line, because there's a slash n there in the to string of the monster class, it'll display 0.0, I think, right? The next one will display Bill, and I guess 0.0 on the next line. And this one will display monster and 5.97. This guy better display Kathy and 2.99 if I did them all right. Let's see. Tester, run it, cross our fingers. Did I not display them? I didn't display them, did I? I didn't put the out.print lines for these guys down here. I'm silly. Okay, let's put these here. Let's see. So these are G1, G2, G3, and G4. Come on, Brent. Let's get this working. Get out of here. Pilot, run it. And let's see, is that right? Monster 00, Bill 00, Monster 597, and Kathy 2.99. All looks good, okay? So definitely worth watching the video because we didn't do the toString in class today, and that was a different way to call toString. Kind of reminds me of how you call arrays.toString to print an array out. We went super.toString. So when you put super before parentheses, it calls a constructor. When you put super before a dot and a method, it calls a method in the super class. So we're using the two strings here. We're using both toString methods. This is the one in the super class to get the name, and this is the one here that's going to give us both the name and the agility. Okay, and again, don't forget there's a slash n there at the end of it. That's why they're all on two lines. That crazy slash n I put in there. Lovely.